Thank you, Sarah. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the South Fork. My name is Pamela Wittenberg, and I am your worship associate today. And the title is Come, Come, Whoever You Are. Sophia Fahs Multigenerational Camp is being presented by 3 camp leaders from the Long Island Area Council. We have Ginger, Bryce, and Megan to talk with us while they are on tour to tell you all about this marvelous summer camp for all of us and how to register. It's a great joy to be working with you today. My knowledge of Sophia Fahs goes back to when my 2 children were attending religious education here in this congregation. Much of their curriculum was written by Sophia Fahs, who is our Unitarian Universalist most important religious educator. She used storytelling to teach children about different cultures and to encourage them to appreciate the richness of diversity. Back then, the Sophia Fahs week-long summer camp was located at Quinnipiac on Shelter Island. There, our youth got to know hundreds of other kids from UU congregations across Long Island, and embraced, as it always should be, by caring and respect as they explored Unitarian Universalist values inspired by each other and by the natural beauty all around them. It is exciting to learn that now all of us, young and older, can attend this remarkable camp experience. Not at Quinnipiac, but elsewhere. Now on Silver Bay near Lake George. Now that's also very nice. We are looking forward to hearing more about Sophia Fahs Multigenerational Camp from these wonderful leaders and how we can register. As Unitarian Universalists, we come together and worship each week to honor what is of worth. In this hour, we pause the everyday rush and flow of our lives in reverence and thanksgiving, to connect to what is sacred, to remember our commitments to each other and to the world. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your life's journey, whatever your name for the sacred, you are very welcome to bring your full selves here. Our musician today is our longtime member, actually very, very involved, Sara Gordon on the violin. Thank you, Sarah. Our tech person today, with whom we would not have this service at all, is Carl Wittenberg at the computer. Thank you. And we have Donna on camera. Thank you. So can everyone hear okay? Yes. Okay. Everyone on Zoom, if there is on Zoom? Okay. Just a reminder to please silence all your other devices so we can kind of settle into this time of both worship and the wonderful services that we have. Any visitors who want to introduce themselves before we meet our worship leaders? Yes. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Kristen. Nice to meet you. Nice to have you. Come again. Okay. As you notice, there's no order of service, so it will be up here. And I have a quick board announcement, I promise. Very quick. I'm vice president of the board, trying to filling Sarah's shoes before me. The board president, Martha Potter, here, interviewed and hired our new administrator, Caitlin Donahoe, who started. She's wonderful. If you're here on Thursdays, introduce yourself. Monica, who's always wearing many hats. on the board. She's working on hiring a university communications intern to help us become more visible. She also helped to update our website. Take a look, it's user-friendly. An important item we discussed was the Proposal Assessment Committee, monetary recommendations for the High Impact Community Outreach, or HICO, and we worked with PAC and Finance to come up with a plan to propose for your vote at the annual meetings currently scheduled for June 22nd. Remember, according to our bylaws, only official members who pledge can vote. Please talk with anyone on the board if you're unsure about your membership status. Let's see, come whoever you are is also a good thing for volunteering in our congregation. We can always use your hand to make our Sundays work nicely. Last but not least, during our offering, at the end of the service, a green basket will go around that will be dedicated to the Unitarian Universalist Association's Disaster Relief Fund, going to help the recovery efforts for those affected by the devastating Los Angeles fires. Thank you so much for your contributions and for listening. Okay, chalice lighting.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ginger O'Neill. My pronouns are she, her. I just really want to say thank you for the warm welcome. Every conversation with Pam and coordinating has just been a delight, and driving out here this morning was heaven. It is just so gorgeous out here. I come out here during the summer and I go to Bay Street Theater a lot, but I just, love this corner of the world, and we're fortunate to be out here this morning. So, lighting the chalice. This is a quote from Sophia Fahs. "The function of the church for both young and old is not to give us on Sundays certain kinds of experiences different from the experiences of every day. The function of the church is rather to teach us how to put religious and ethical qualities into all kinds of experiences." Sophia Fahs. Did y'all get a chance to see the video? He's going to play it now, I think. This explains a lot of the fun and intergenerational camp that we host every year. Quick slide of the video and you'll get a flavor of why we're here. Excuse me. Thank you for joining me and watching that. Yeah. So it gives you an idea, thank you, of what Bryce and Megan are going to talk about, a little bit of history about it. But we want to share this with you to invite you, but also just to share with you the intentional community of UUs on Long Island coming together of all ages and abilities, and we have accommodations for everybody, and just to share how impactful it is to us and what LIAC has going on. We're sharing the news, so I invite Megan up.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So today we're going to share with you the story of Sophia Fahs Camp. It's a cherished tradition within our Unitarian Universalist community here on Long Island. Sophia Fahs has long been a place where Unitarian Universalist children, youth, and now adults come together to learn, worship, and play in an environment that celebrates our shared principles and values. It is a place where friendships are forged, memories are made, and the essence of our faith is lived out in vibrant and meaningful ways. Our journey today is going to go through the history of camp and will be divided into 3 parts: the past, the present, and the future. So let us open our hearts and our minds as we embark on this journey together. May we be inspired by the stories of those who came before us, strengthened by the bonds of community in the present, and filled with hope and anticipation for the future. Welcome again to our very special Sophia Fahs Camp. Let's start our exploration. So again, I'm Megan Ledoux. I am the adult coordinator for Sophia Fahs Religious Education Camp and Retreat this year. My pronouns are she and her. Today I want to share with you the story of 2 religious educators and ministers born 50 years apart who shared a deep passion for the spiritual growth of children and young adults. Sophia Lyon Fahs, a name familiar to many of you, was a UU author, teacher, and religious activist who revolutionized UU religious education. Fahs' teachings focused on a method of experiential learning that enabled children to develop their own ideas about religion and spirituality. To honor her legacy, Reverend Randy Becker, under the auspices of the Long Island Area Council, LIAC, envisioned a 1-week intentional community of UUs with the purpose of fostering deep relationships among children, youth, and adults. In 1981, 3 years after Sophia Fahs' passing, at the age of 101, this vision became a reality. The Sophia Fahs RE Camp was established on Shelter Island with 6 adult staff members and 42 campers. From these humble beginnings, the camp grew to a vibrant sleepaway camp, which at its peak welcomed over 125 campers and 45 adults. Fahs created a safe haven where UU children, youth, and adults could come together to learn, worship, and play. The intentional community that formed allows UUs to experience the world as it should be, and not how it is. A place where UU principles guide every aspect of the day. Children and adults live in an interdependent community where justice, equity, and generosity is modeled from the wise to the young, and many times from the children to the adults. And always at the center of it all is unconditional love. It is this love that allows many adults and children to finally be their authentic selves, sometimes for the very first time in their lives. As time passed, Randy handed over the directorship to Patsy Kaplan, who led the camp for 20 years, continuing into her 80s. In 2019, after 38 years, it was time for Sophia Fahs to find a new home. Leaving Shelter Island was heartbreaking, but it made us realize that it was the people and not the place that made Fahs special and unique. We began our search for a new location and found new spaces, each with their own beauty, gifts, and activities for our people. And now I'd like to introduce Bryce, who is going to talk to you a little bit about the present at Fahs.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Megan. My name is Bryce Klatsky. My pronouns are he and him, and I am the youth coordinator for the program at Sophia Fahs Camp. In the present, we reflect on how the camp has adapted and transformed in response to a changing world, including the recent shift to an intergenerational model. And as an aside, just watching that video, I got all reinvigorated about getting ready for camp this summer, and thinking about CJ, who started camp when she was 3. And we kind of say when we're at camp that everyone is every child's parent or grandparent, and the number of relationships that she now has with other UUs who share our values and have brought her up in the light of those values is, for me as a parent, the most exciting piece. Excuse me. We have celebrated the resilience and dedication of our community as we continue to gather, to learn, and grow together even in the face of challenges. The pandemic, of course, reshaped our daily lives, and the leadership of Sophia Fahs Camp faced the challenges of bringing our community back together after losing our long-term home at Quinnipiac, and also picking up the pieces in a post-pandemic world. In the past, camp meant that parents would drop off their children for the week, but it was no longer possible with the direction where the camp was headed. The idea for an intergenerational camp version of Fahs was born. We first tried Camp Echo in 2022, but in 2023, 55 dedicated campers came together for the first ever intergenerational week of Sophia Fahs at Club Getaway, which is in Connecticut. Transitioning from an all-children's camp to an intergenerational camp was an exciting challenge, and we rose to the occasion. For the first time, adults also experienced the joys of being campers, hiking, tackling a ropes course, which for me, despite my height, was absolutely horrifying, ziplining, and also enjoying the summer camp benefits of forming lifelong friendships and deepening those relationships. We worshiped together, ate together, and sang silly songs together around the campfire, creating memories that lasted a lifetime, including children as young as, well, how old was Winnie last year? I mean, she was 6 months. You're going to beat me on that one. So, children from 6 months up to adults, in their 80s. So, a really beautiful tapestry. Last summer at Silver Bay on Lake George, our intergenerational community grew to about 60 campers, and this year we are hoping and very much able to double that. So, we're really excited for that this coming year. And with that, let me go to my service order here. Where are we, Ginger? Pardon me.
You're fine.
Okay, and now we're going to the offertory, I believe. So Sarah, thank you.
Thank you. The green basket that is passed will hold your gifts for the Unitarian Universalist Association's Disaster Relief Fund. Instructions for check writing is in the basket if you would like, and how to do that. Anyone on Zoom need information? Raise your hand. Thank you for that. We will gather that up, and it will be very needed. Thank you.
These words are from Sophia Fahs. We are resolved to protect individual freedom of belief. This freedom must include the child as well as the parent. The freedom for which we stand is not freedom of belief as we please, not freedom to evade responsibility, but freedom to be honest in speech and action, freedom to respect one's own integrity of thought and feeling, freedom to question, to investigate, to try, to understand life and the universe in which it abounds, freedom to search anywhere and everywhere to find the meaning of being, freedom to experiment with new ways of living that seem better than the old. Sophia Fahs. It is easy to see why anyone who's attended Sophia Fahs camp is so dedicated to keeping it going and improving the quality of it to welcome others. In addition to musical campfires with s'mores, which we have outside after if you'd like, it's more like a fondue today. But we have bracelet workshops and lanyards and beads, which CJ did a lot, and I love doing the lanyards and everything that's very camp crafty, you know. We do hiking, writing workshops, and there's so many more memories to be made. On Silver Bay, they have a really state-of-the-art pickleboard. What is it called? Pickleball courts and tennis and sailing and just so much going on there that's at such a high caliber. It doesn't really feel like camping. And we have golf carts to bring everybody around, and it's just, wow, it's amazing. It is a sacred and a safe space where we can express ourselves and be accepted for exactly who we are in a dramatically changing world. As we look to the future, we will envision how each of us can share our talents and invest our time into the camp and keep it warm, loving, safe, and inspiring. We continue to work towards exciting possibilities for programming with a commitment to accommodate varying physical abilities, young adults, and families with young children. In a world where our collective values and social justice may be facing challenges, where multicultural values, including cultural and religious tolerance, and our beautiful rainbow of family members are being targeted, we can come together in a quiet calm of nature, enjoy sailing, hiking, singing, worshiping, rock climbing, and speaking of important topics that affect us all. There's a chapel on Silver Bay that is like, it looks like it was handmade by stone. It looks like an old Irish, rural chapel. It's amazing, and we go there every morning, and it's magical. It's really magical. And we're inspired by the future, and we welcome you to join us. And I just wanted to see if everyone would like to sing one of the camp songs with us. We're gonna do it a cappella, but you guys all know Lean On Me? Lean On Me. Yes. So I kind of think I went a little out of order in the slides, but he's gonna help me out here. We have all the words, and yes, you're so great, this guy right here. Okay, let's try this. Okay. I'll try to read this. Okay. Should we stand? Let's all stand up. Yes. for a small congregation, you guys are mighty. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you so much. Great sound system, too. Let's see. So Megan would come up one more time, and then we're going to share some testimonials about, wow, well, why is this place so special to us?
So I have to say, like Ginger said, you guys, that was amazing. I'm kind of that was better than some of the larger congregations we've been at, not gonna lie. Oh, yes, sorry, I'm short. But now this is the time where you all come in. You are all a part of the vision for the future of Sophia Fahs. We want to grow our intergenerational, intentional, beloved community, and we definitely need your voices, it sounds like. Have you ever heard of any of the kids around here talk about how much they loved camp when it was sleepaway and wished that you could have experienced it? Now is your chance. Help us to nurture the next generation of Unitarian Universalists and each other, create new friends, and deepen existing ones. Sophia Fahs is often described as magical, and I hope you will all consider joining us so that you can experience that magic too. For those who are still thinking of Sophia Fahs as a kids' camp, we want to assure you that this year we have reserved a certain block of rooms in the main lodge where there are elevators and easy access to the dining hall. We also have a reservation of golf carts to transport people who are ability challenged. Not gonna lie, there's hills, and I found it a little hard sometimes last year myself. We hope that you will really consider joining us this year, August 10th to the 16th in Lake George. Registration is open. Please see us in the social hall to be able to discuss any questions that you might have. Should I just do?
You do your testimony.
Okay. So I was a camper at Sophia Fahs a long time ago when it was sleepaway. And my oldest son, he's actually 19 years old. And I was really excited when I knew that he was old enough to be able to go to camp, and devastated when COVID shut us down for a few years. Now I'm so excited that he's never going to have to leave. I'm so excited that every year I get to be a camper still. I love singing the silly songs. I love going hiking and having s'mores and going out on the lake and swimming, and I'm really excited that I am going to be able to raise my next baby at camp as well, and that they will never have to leave. I am still very good friends with a lot of the people that I went to camp with a long time ago. And they're still my best friends. They're still the people that I go to when I'm struggling, when I need a hand in life. And it really is an environment and a community that is like no other. And I really would like to encourage anybody who's interested to come and join us. It's unlike anything else you'll ever experience.
Thank you, Megan. I would just love to share, I haven't even thought to share this before, but I grew up in Binghamton, New York, and around Western New York, and I used to go to the UU up there, and it's large and a lot of great people up there. When I was younger, though, I didn't even know about UU because I grew up Methodist when I was in elementary school until I found the UU later in life. But so I went to camps that were very Christian and then I went and I taught at a Jewish camp that was Orthodox Jewish, and I've been to a ton of different religious camps in my life, and I loved every single one of them. I met so many cool people, got to talk about values late at night and how we're gonna live our lives, and I love all of that. And then as an adult, to be co-director of this amazing place where there's all of the concepts coming in, and we got, the state of the world and everything, and then to be talking about this while dipping our toes in the mountain lake, it just, last year we saw shooting stars, because it was Perseids. We saw this, what was the thing called with the colors? Oh my gosh, it was so illuminated because we were up north, and then, and triple rainbow we saw. I was like, where are we? Are we on a different planet or something? But to have that, and the teenagers that we made stay up, or we let them stay up, laying all on the sidewalk in a line going, whoa! And I was just like, and then the grandparents are like all down in the game room and like coming out to like take pictures. And it was just like, that's what I want to look forward to every year, is this community where everybody is just like hanging out together, and there's a lot of trust, and we see things from similar perspectives, but there's always room for like discussion, and like not everybody agrees, of course, just because we're all UUs. There's like lively debates, especially over Monopoly. People get competitive. But yeah, I have a daughter who's 12 and a daughter who's 14, and they're making lifelong friends right now. And it's just, for me, it gives me like a little mission too. It makes me feel like I'm contributing somehow to this amazing UU community, where it seems like a lot of religions, people aren't going to congregational services anymore, or it's dwindling or something. But with this, I feel like I'm contributing to like some kind of growth and energy and, nourishment and sustenance for people that are kind of drawn to UU tolerance and social action and stuff like that. It's what I feel like. I don't know if, what it's going to come to, but it just feels like we're growing as a camp, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's impacting me, so I don't know. But thank you for having us, and I would love to invite Bryce up to share, and then Peter, for either one, or for testimony.
CJ said she was coming up, and then she chickened out. I'll just say, briefly, our family we were not raised in the UU faith, my wife and I, but we did join when we moved close to our current congregation, Huntington, because we wanted to have that community to make connections with people on a deeper level, to raise our children in a caring and just and spiritual community. And, when I think about camp, what I love about coming to fellowship on a Sunday is I speak with people on a much deeper level than I ever do during my work week. I'm an elementary school principal. It's a busy gig. It's a lot of, we're running the ship and we're keeping things moving. So a lot of those conversations are very surface level. But, on Fellowship Sundays, we're talking to people about the state of the world, about how we relate to, a spiritual whole. And it exists every week for us for about an hour and a half, and then we have coffee hour and we go home and we're back into the run of the mill and the busyness of raising children and having a family. But what is really special about this opportunity is that feeling of connectedness, of wholeness, sustains itself for an entire week. And it starts at, the polar bear, what is polar bear plunge? It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. You're plunging in the lake, should you choose to do so. And it goes until midnight. But the sustained focus on those deeper interactions, you're not worrying about who's cooking meals, who's washing dishes, who's getting the kids to swim class. Everyone's pitching in those efforts. And so there really is something transformational that happens when the immediacy of the day-to-day is removed from your focus, and you do just get to have those conversations with people, with children. I was fortunate enough to lead the RE classes for our oldest campers, who we call our Pebbles, and to hear these children who are 15, 16 years old, reflecting on such a deep level about very consequential issues, also made me leave camp feeling much more hopeful about the status of our world, of our youth. And personally, I mentored is maybe the wrong word, but having worked with those campers, I felt like I had contributed in some way to their development, so it made me more hopeful for the future. So I am so excited about taking whatever is beautiful about this hour and a half that we get to share weekly and bringing that to a beautiful week in the mountains. That really is, from a nurturing soul perspective, what excites me about Fahs. So thank you for letting me share, Ginger.
Well, Peter has also had lots of experience. Find him out there for his testimony. I also want to say one more thing. We're here on behalf of LIAC, which is Long Island Area Council of Unitarian Congregations on Long Island. So we have so many programs. Actually, we're hoping to grow more, but right now it's camp is our big one, and then we have SAF. Does anyone in the room know SAF? Tell us. Yes, Student Activity Fund. If any of you folks have kids that are young adults, seniors in high school, or up to age 25, they can be paid for work at a nonprofit anywhere they choose, as long as it fits our criteria. We're getting a very generous grant every year from VEACH, which is from Shelter Rock Congregation. And we are so thankful, because what that allows us to do is encourage our youngsters to get meaningful work, get experience in that, support our communities. So this is a separate program than camp, but I just wanted to share, since we're out here, and it is also another program from LIAC. And I'll have a table out there, so if anyone has any questions, if you know anyone of that age group, or if you know a nonprofit that needs a helper, just let me know and we'll connect, that. Yeah. So, Chalice? Okay. Oh, joys and concerns. Would you like to say a little thing?
This
is a poem attributed to Mother Teresa called Anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway. What you spend years building might be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. Give the world the best you have and you may get hurt. Give the world your best anyway.
Our next hymn is number 291, Dika Donkinson Fry. She'll play it once through, and then we'll join in with the German, followed by the English.
of read all the Sophia Fahs things already.
Let's go into extinguishing of the chalice.
Okay,
We extinguish this flame. Everyone knows it.
okay. Would you like to say your chalice extinguishing? Oh, beautiful.
We're so dependent on our printed words. Thank you, Sarah. We'll listen to Sarah, and then you'll join us in hospitality for soup, conversation, s'mores.